back to another edition of the final credits. You may see a different voice and face on top, like the butter and syrup on top of my pancakes. I'm the one taking control right now. Here in my panel, my co-hosts, my friends. We got Spade, we got Big Grim, we got Johnny 64, Nintendo. His name changes every day, but today
it's Johnny 64.
Today we're here to talk about, or on this edition, the AMC movie price hike that's coming. AMC, not a sponsor yet, but let's make our way around.
They're definitely not going to be after this video. I'll say this much.
Let's make our way around the paddle. Spade, you start it off, please.
Let's make enemies.
Well, with that intro, pancakes, I don't think they're ever going to say that, hey, we're going to sponsor you guys. Anyway.
You never know.
Look, I'm probably going to be the minority here, and I'm probably going to be the only one that thinks that it's not really a bad idea when you really think about it, because when you go to a concert, right, the closer you get to the stage, the more expensive it gets, right? So if you want the better seat at a movie theater, I can understand why the price would go up. That makes sense, you know, supply and demand, I guess you could say. So to me, it's like, it's only a couple of bucks. I don't think it's even more than $5. So if a movie theater ticket costs $15, you're now paying $20 for, you know, for middle row seats in the movie theater. I don't think that's an issue. To me, it's not, at least. Some people think that it's a big thing. So look, I think it's okay. I mean, theaters have to pay their bills too. You know, they don't make as much as what Hollywood is making. So, and their income only comes from popcorn and drinks and whatever else that they're selling over there. So in essence, I mean, do I want things to go up? No, but this is the way economy works. So I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't. So yeah, that's my take on it. I think it's okay. I'm not going to not be able to sleep at night. So I'm going to movie theater, right? I'm spending X amount of dollars, right? So yeah, a couple of bucks more is really not going to kill me. At least not to my knowledge, it won't. Johnny, what do you say?
So I think there's a lot more moving parts to this than, you know, it's either, you know, whatever, or I'll spend a few dollars, or it's like, you know, a huge deal. Because I feel like this is like uncharted territory for movie theaters right now. They have been trudging through uncharted territory after uncharted territory for the past like 3 years now. Obviously, they have a lot of money to make up, you know, for lost time, you know, because of the pandemic. But yeah, like you said, you know, it definitely makes sense. But here's the thing that I have with the problem that I have with this is that, you know, over the years, like it's been like, you know, like the past 10 years alone, I feel like standard movie tickets have gone up in price by $10. You know, if you want to get a standard movie ticket that isn't IMAX or 3D or whatever, that alone is like $20. If you want to get a water, that's like God knows how much money at this point. Like, it's expensive as it is to go to the movies, and to think that you will need to spend more and like just to get a certain seat. And consider this too. If you're a little late to the game in getting seats, because nowadays you can buy seats online and, you know, everybody has their own assigned seats. What if you have no choice but to pick a seat that is more expensive? Because I'm sure, no, and you think it's how the economy works, but, you know, people will now try to go, like, well, at least a little bit more, I would think, try to go more for the cheaper seats just to save that extra buck, because it's already so expensive to go to the movie theater. So if you're left with like a couple seats, if you're like a couple, let's say like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or boyfriend, whatever, you go have like 2 seats left that are only in the more expensive section, you're screwed. And other people around you have to, you know, get to spend less. Great. And it is a little different from a concert situation, because I mean, concert seat distances can really vary. Like, you know, you have nosebleeds, and, you know, several hundred feet down is like the, you know, it makes the difference clearly. Much more different than a theater room, movie theater room. But I think right now it's an experiment worth taking just to see how people react to it. Like I said, uncharted territory. We don't know how people are going to respond. From what I'm seeing, the reception has been mixed. I'm reading right now. There's an article Elijah Wood put out, like a pretty peeved off tweet about his thoughts about this whole thing. I have it right here.
Frodo himself.
Yeah, right, Frodo. So, he says the movie theater is and always has been a sacred democratic space for all. And this new initiative by AMC Theaters would essentially penalize people for lower income and reward for higher income. So it kind of aligns with what you said, Spade. This is kind of how the economy does work. But at the same time, it's a room. It's not a concert hall. It's a stadium. It's and it's same prices for different seasons. So it's just always been the way it's been for years and years and years now. So it'll be interesting to see how people respond to it. But I'm leaning more towards not being a fan of it because I feel like there's more downsides to upsides. But
there's one thing that I forgot to mention. From my understanding, if you're an AMC what is it called? Prime? No, AMC A class, A list.
AMC Prime.
Right. Yeah. No, that's Amazon. Sorry. If you're AMC A list, the prices don't change. So they're, in essence, what they're trying to do is they're telling you, hey, why don't you sign up for AMC A list? So that way we know that you're only going to come to an AMC movie theater and we won't raise the prices on you. I forgot to mention that.
Okay. AMC Stubs A list, it's called. Yep. Yeah.
I'm going to chime in on this one now. Now, I understand that this is how the world works. Our costs go up, your costs go up. It's basic stuff. I understand that. That doesn't mean I have to like it. What I mean by that now is that very similar to how it was said earlier. Also, a little bit of backstory. I'm not shitting on anyone whatsoever. 9 times out of 10, I'm usually the guy who gets tickets for everyone. And I make sure that we do have the best kind of viewing so that no one has to strain our necks or anything. Or now, at this point, sit in the cheap seats and look up and possibly strain our necks the entire time. Because who really does want to enjoy a movie like that? It may be cheaper. It will save you in your pocket. That's fine. But for some, it's an uncomfortable experience. I try to make sure we're all the way at the top or in the back just to make sure it's a lot easier to look down than it is to look up. Unfortunately, I know this. But another thing that plays into this too now is I also feel that because, as it was stated earlier, the bottom row is going to be the cheap seats. The middle row is essentially going to be the best viewing experience. It really isn't. And then the top row is going to be unchanged. What I feel like now is that a lot of people are now going to flock to the back row and unfortunately make it a little harder for us. And that makes my job a little harder. And I really don't want to put these guys through, straining necks to look up at the movie that we want to review of the time. So I'm officially going to give this a not great idea. Again, I understand this is how the world works and they have to make their money somehow, some way. And this is also coming, as Johnny said, for Stubbs members. They won't have to suffer through this. I'm also a Stubbs member. I think this is a bad idea. Please don't cancel us, AMC. We still want to watch movies.
I think that's what it is. It comes down to, the consumers lose more than they win. We don't get anything out of it.
I don't think, but see, that's the thing though. Like I said before, if you are part of the Stubbs membership, your prices don't change. They're still the same thing.
Now, for somebody like me who's not a Stubbs member, what is there anything that I have to pay to be a member? Is there is that a subscription, like a paid subscription?
There's a subscription.
No, it's just you have to sign up.
Okay.
So it's just like getting a Blockbuster card, man. Oh God, I'm so old. Oh, I'm dust. I just said a Blockbuster card.
So to add my 2 cents, or AMC might raise that too.
Your 2 stubs.
Yeah, 2 stuff.
Your 2 ticket stubs, please.
Yeah.
AMC or any movie theater already has different prices for the different types of movies. Like when we're in discussion, like what time we should go, like do you want to see standard, do we want to go to IMAX, do you want to see 3D, and there's already different price tiers for that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, but that's a different experience. Every single one of those is a different experience. You can't compare standard with watching it in Dolby or watching it in 3D.
Now hold 1 second there, Spade, because I got some for you right with that. Okay, when we saw Endgame, the lot of us, because it was such a huge thing to come out at the time, we saw it at the bottom row. And yes, my neck did hurt for the next couple of days because so. And it was a different experience than we would have sat in the back.
Right, but no. But what I'm saying is, if you watch it in standard, or if you watch it in Dolby, or if you watch it in 3D, those are 3 different, totally different things.
But again, yes, to a degree, yes. But when you're sitting in IMAX and you've already paid X amount of money for a beautiful picture, and you have to look up at it the entire time like this to get a good picture of your favorite heroes and actors on screen, it's gonna be horrendous for some.
But what if it backfires though?
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, it's already getting it's gonna get a bad reaction, so they might they still got to do something to try to get the price up to earn more money. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we all get it. Movie business, and it's always a business for the movie theaters. And yes, they've been taking a big hit. I think it's just this. I think they're just gauging. Now, is it speculation? Is this confirmed? Is this definitely happening?
Confirmed. That's the CEO
Yeah.
said that.
It might already be in effect, actually, or like about to be in effect.
No, I believe next month that article.
Next month.
That was
Okay.
posted,
My point is, I think they're gonna back off of it somewhat if it gets negative publicity. Like 3 out of 4 of us are not a fan of it, but I just think it might be a stunt, or in a way to get more members to join their members program so we can get the discounts. But I think they'll, if it continues to get the negative backlash it's gonna get or might get, I think they'll do they'll back off of it, but still do something, keep it in some form.
This is AMC. AMC doesn't back off. They're going to go through with it, and that's that.
This is not a Sonic situation. They're not going to pull back the old model, revamp it, and put in a new model. This is a business strategy.
But it's it's a room, like Johnny Tendo was saying, it's not a lot. But he has 64 different reasons.
Fired.
The point I'm trying to make is that if you want to go to the movie theaters and the only seats are the seats that are in the front, then don't go at that time. Go at a different time or go on a different day. Nobody's forcing you to pay for those seats. So if you want to go Thursday night at 7:00 and you see that all the seats that you want are booked, then go the next hour or the following hour or go to the next day or another day. I understand everyone wants to see everything now. Then if that's the case, then you know what? Sell me the step and I'll sit on the step while watching the movie. It doesn't matter. People will want to see, people will pay to see what they want to see when they want to see it, right? So if I go at 7, if I want to go to the movie theaters at 7:00 and say, I want to watch this movie in the middle row, and middle row is not available, and the only available rows are the bottom rows by the screen, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm not going to the theater today. I'm not going to watch today. I'm going to go another day, or I'm going to go to a different theater, or I'll watch a different hour, or maybe just, forget it.
End of the day, it all comes down to, is AMC making money off of this?
Right.
That's it.
Anybody have anything else to add?
AMC, we wish you didn't do it, but if you're already making changes, I have a list that I will get into if someone doesn't stop me. which you guys should definitely stop me right now because I'm gonna go with this bit for a while.
We'll give you the first 3, and then we're gonna cut you off after.
As long as Nicole Kidman is
how it
number
goes.
1, I don't care what the rest of the list is.
That was number 1, Spade.
That's it. Roll credits.
Roll credits, win out.
Okay.